Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sit down and talk about all the luxury trends that died in 2024 and which trends replaced them. First of all, I want to start this video by saying I am not even someone who follows trends. If it's something that I love and that I like, I will still buy it, I will still use it, I will still wear that. So this video is not meant to say that if you have any of these things, because many of this I actually have. Fashion is subjective, so you do you. Do whatever you like. I'm just on this video pointing out things that I've been noticing more and more on the street, on social media, runways, and upcoming collections from luxury fashion houses, and just literally the things that I used to see a lot, that they were super trendy and that today they just don't feel as relevant anymore, and what I think replaced them. The first one is going to be crossbody bags. I feel like crossbody bags were on the top of the top for so many years, and I was one of those that if the bag was not crossbody, I would just not buy it, because I was just so comfortable and so used to always crossing my bags and being hands-free. It was just what I liked, it was what I used, and it was what everyone was using. If you would go to Pinterest, all of the popular bags were all crossbody bags. I have plenty of crossbody bags and I still really love them, but I've been noticing that right now the trend is way more towards top handle bags, even clutches or shoulder bags, so everything looks a little bit more put together. I don't really see crossbody bags as much as we used to in the past, and I feel like this one goes more along the lines of how the bag complements the outfit and the bags that are more popular right now than the ones that were 2-3 years ago. So definitely I see just way more shoulder bags. I feel like they are the top of the list. For example, the Bottega Veneta Jody, doesn't really matter the size, it's just that bag style that I feel like right now is way more popular than any crossbody bag. Like before, I remember the Pochette Métis, the Gucci Marmont, Chanel Minis, those were like the it bags for so many years because they were bags that you could do crossbody and they were very comfortable and versatile. And right now we have the Birkin, the Marco bag from the Road, the Bottega Veneta Jody, and all of these are mainly top handles, shoulder bags, and some of them clutches. The second one is over the top jewelry, costume jewelry, logo jewelry from fashion houses. I vividly remember loving so much my Chanel earrings, wanting a Chanel brooch, the ones that you would add to your coats and jackets, costume jewelry from Dior, and I'm the first one to put my hand up and say I love this so much. Also the trend of having 4 love bracelets as a stack, and then you would add the Duke and Van Cleef, and just a lot of jewelry always stacking was such a popular thing to do, and honestly I always thought that it was really cool. I feel like that has died down quite a lot, and in its place we have a bit more of minimalistic jewelry. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong if you want to stick to doing a stack. I still feel like it's really cool. I myself gravitate more towards the minimalistic side of it, and instead of buying custom jewelry from Chanel or from Dior, I do prefer fine jewelry pieces. I just feel like they're a better investment and they're just easier to match and wear no matter how many time passes and no matter what you're wearing. A great example for this for me is Idyl. They're lab-grown diamonds, but they're real gold, and they have so many different pieces and collections, and it's interchangeable. These ones are right now probably my most used pair of earrings. I really love them, and I feel like they're a statement piece. These ones are called Le Poème, and I just feel like these are pieces that I'm just gonna have for 10-20 years and I will still love them and use them consistently. I actually got these ones for my wedding, but I knew when I got them that I was definitely planning to use them a lot during the summer, and you can never really go wrong with diamonds. They recently even had a ring collection that I was not fast enough, so I was not able to grab any. I really hope that they bring them back because I was so in love with the way that you could stack them. I always love to mix and match rose gold with gold or gold with white gold, and for me it really works out, and so far I have never really felt like my pieces pass through time, except for example my Chanel earrings, my Dior choker. I don't really feel like they are my style anymore, so I do feel like I grew out of them in some way. These are also one of my favorite pieces that Idyl has, and these are the Ono earrings. I really appreciate their prices and the minimalistic designs, but also the fact that they are interchangeable, so you only buy one stud and you can switch them and you just keep changing the attachments. They have earrings, necklaces, bracelets. I also really love their bracelets so much. So in case anyone is interested, I'm gonna link the pieces that I'm wearing today today, and the ones that are basically my favorites on the description box down below. Something that I've also been loving is getting jewelry done at my local jeweler. You can basically make whatever you want, and the price is always going to be way better than if you go to Chanel or Dior and you get, first of all, not solid gold pieces. The pearls are not real pearls, so I always prefer to go for smaller brands or smaller companies that do sell fine jewelry and that you will be able to have for a really long time. Because for me, jewelry is that one thing that it's supposed to last you for decades and not just 1 or 2 seasons. So I do appreciate this trend to go a bit more to the side of long-lasting pieces rather than over the top with a lot of logos that are not necessarily the best quality. Another trend that we just don't see that much anymore are micro bags, and I mean the micro bags where you could not even fit a credit card. I was such a fan. I really loved them because they were very cute, but they were more like an accessory than a handbag by itself, and it was a massive trend for the past 2 years. You would even see micro bags worn as a necklace. They were absolutely statement pieces, and right now I just don't really see them out anymore at all. Not even on Pinterest, not even on Instagram. I don't really see anyone using them anymore. I do find them kind of cute and I do have one, but I use them more like a little catch-all inside of my other bags rather than a bag itself, and that one is the Louis Vuitton watch chapeau necklace. Not practical at all, it's just cute. That's only its purpose. It's just a really cute bag. This one was massive and it was Crescent Bags. Every single fashion house had its Crescent bag. It's like this moon shaped bag. It was absolutely everywhere, and right now I just don't see them that much anymore. I don't see anything wrong with them or why they would not be trendy anymore. I just feel like the trend was that big and we would see it that much that right now that I don't get to see it that much, I do feel the difference. I think another example of this, but for something that is still quite trendy, is the East-West style. Again, with that one, almost every major fashion house made its classic bags in this shape or any bag on this shape, and I do have a Dior DJoy. I absolutely love it and I feel like they are still quite relevant. Again, with fashion, trends come and go, and something that is trendy right now, if it dies down in maybe 10 years, will come back up eventually. So most of these things, if you just keep them, you will for sure end up reusing them again or just never really stop using them. But I just feel like I see more right now the East-West bags than the Crescent bags. Metallic bags, the gold, silver, chrome bags, that I've never really liked them, and the funny thing is that at some point last year I really considered getting one, especially a silver one. I ended up actually really liking them, and now looking back, I'm kind of glad that I didn't go through with it. Something that I always do when I really start falling for a very trendy item, especially when it comes to handbags, I do prefer to wait it out till the trend dies down. This is, for example, something that I'm doing right now with the Margot bag, because I do really like the bag, but I want to make sure that I'm not being influenced by social media to get it, and maybe if in 6-7 months I still really like it, maybe I'll give a chance to it. But right now I'm already seeing the Margot bag dying down way more. You can now see it available on the website again, when a few months ago it was just impossible to get. So this is what I did with the metallic bags. I did not get one, and believe me, I really wanted to. I just chose to go on a different route and I got a crystal bag. That can be argued to be a trendy bag, but you can always kind of use a crystal bag, and if not, I don't really care because I really like it. But I feel like all these metallic are now being replaced by suede, softer materials, and bags that are just a little bit more just soft is probably the way that I can explain them. I cannot wait for fall. Like, I've been really falling for suede bags so much. I know that they're super hard to care for, but I do feel like they do match my style a little bit more than metallics, even though I really like the metallic trend. This one I'm quite sad about, and it's bags with chunky chains. I just don't see them that much anymore. Like, for example, the Chanel 19 bag. I love and adore this bag, and I don't think that I would ever have the heart to part with it. But any bag with a chunky chains, something that it's more like a statement piece, I just feel like they're not a thing anymore. Like, at some point I would see so many new Chanel releases with colorful, really big chunky chains from other fashion houses too, and right now I just don't see them anymore. So I think we're kind of gravitating away from them a little bit. But again, this doesn't really mean anything to me. I love this bag. I also have it in the the maxi size, and I think it's just such a wonderful, comfortable, practical bag. And I do really like the practicality of the chain, and I love the mixed hardware that it has. For me, this bag will always be a classic. Right now, I feel it's more about the interesting top handle bags. I do really like them. For example, the Bottega Veneta sardine bag, I really love that bag. I've considered getting it, but I've been saying, especially on TikTok, that if you travel with that bag, especially flying, when you go through security, because of course the handle can be perceived as a sort of weapon. I mean, it's kind of fair. Yes, it's a very big metal part on a bag. I do really like the aesthetics of it, but it does kind of make the bag a little bit heavy and not super practical, but it is a nice touch. This one was very big for me, and it's chunky shoes. We went from that shoes, the Balenciaga sneakers, to more delicate, slimmer, simpler style of shoes. For example, the Chanel ballerinas. And I honestly think that I'm the perfect example for this, because I was someone who would literally only wear white sneakers. You can see pictures of me for the past couple of years, and I really only wore white sneakers. It was just the way that I like to dress. It was the most comfortable. And right now, I basically only wear Chanel ballerinas, or any ballerinas that I find out there. To be completely honest, I don't really need them to be Chanel. I just really like them, and I also really love loafers. I'm sure that at some point I'm definitely gonna go back to sneakers, especially when it comes to fall and winter, but I can absolutely tell you that I could see the change on me so much. And it's really funny to think about, because a few years ago the Chanel ballerinas were completely dead. I always really liked them, and I always wanted to get them, but I just felt like they were not really my style. And now, of course, I really like them and find them very comfortable. So sometimes following some trends do lead you to find things that you're gonna end up really loving and probably implementing in your closet for years and years to come, and not really to follow the trends. So I do let myself to follow some trends that kind of make sense to me, because I do want to try new things. I'm someone who is always going to go for what I already know, that I already like. If I love a shirt from X brand, let's say Aritzia, I'm gonna order the same one in the same size in like 7 colors, because I just know that it works for me. The same goes for bags, for shoes. That's just the way that I'm wired. So I do like to try things from time to time. If I like them, I end up doing the same thing. The next one is only neutrals. I don't feel like everyone is on the neutral wagon as much as we were a few years back, myself including in this. I'm way more inclined to try colors, and I love seeing people that add pops of color with their bags, their shoes. I still do really like to be quite neutral when it comes to my outfits and my clothes, but when it comes to accessories, I can see more and more people implementing colors, especially pastels. Like, if you would have told me 3 years ago that my most used bag so far of the year was going to be a yellow bag, I would have definitely not believed it, because first of all, I thought that yellow was not color that suited me because I'm blonde, and I used to think that it was very hard to pair. So going for neutrals, I was almost assured that I was gonna be able to use them no matter what I was wearing. And I've been really liking seeing colorful outfits, colorful bags, dresses, shoes. I just really honestly enjoy it. I don't think this necessarily means that a neutral bag or a neutral outfit is out of fashion. I think that I'm always going to go back to that, but I do really see more and more, doesn't even matter the season, I'm pretty sure that for fall we're gonna get a lot of color too, that we're just inclining a little bit more into color and leaving behind quiet luxury, old money trend where everything was white and beige. That again, I know that I also really like to dress like this. I own like 30 white shirts and mainly everything is neutral, but I've been really loving this new side and trying colors no matter the season. And the last one, with this one I was never really a fan, but that's just me, and it's Jacquemus bags. I know that they're great bags. I'm not saying they are not. I just don't see them as I used to see them before. Like, at some point I was saturated with seeing so much Jacquemus bags everywhere, online, on the streets, like everyone and everywhere I would see a lot of Jacquemus, and now I just don't see it anymore. I am not sure if the trend has died down, but I do see the appeal on Jacquemus bags because of the price point and the quality. I also really like him as a designer, so they do have a lot to offer. They're just not as relevant relevant as they used to be 1 or 2 years ago. So in my opinion, these are the things that I've been noticing switching. As I said, this is just things to note. Fashion is subjective. You can wear whatever you would like and whatever you feel comfortable with, and I think that's the only thing that really matters. I would love to know what you guys think about all of this, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not done watching, I'm gonna leave you 2 videos right here in case you want to check them out. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye.